Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of...
Yes.
This is not Carlton's World.
It's not.
Okay, try that again. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Raving Rangers. No, that's not it.
Power Rangers.
No,
Wait
it's Raving Ranger.
Ranger.
Child, get the name right, Chad.
It is Ranger
Ravers. That's what it is.
Yes.
Ranger Ravers.
Oh. Look, I'm about to. That ain't what you called it.
Ranger
when you told
Ravers.
Me about it.
Yes. Lord, bloopers. Okay.
Is my phone on silent while we paused? Okay, then. I'm gonna say, and that be the thing that happens to me is my phone will go off.
Okay, try this again. Take 3.
Let's go Ranger Ravers. Don't you love the Ranger Ravers?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Ranger Ravers.
Come on.
Yes, I am Carlton, and I am joined this week by my lovely friend, Shantelle Wheeler.
Hey, though.
Come on with the long hay. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm very excited about this.
Yes. I had to have a fellow Power Ranger watcher and talk about Zeo. We're going to talk about Zeo. We're going to talk Power Rangers Zeo this episode. I told Kevin he could not join us because the last episode he said he had nothing positive to say about Zeo.
Yeah.
We'll probably just go to Zeo next.
Oh, we can skip Zeo.
We're not skipping Zeo.
Yes.
We are not skipping Zeo.
Ain't nothing good to say about us.
Wow. And I was like, oh, you can't be on this episode. I'm going to need you not to be this to Zeo. You know.
I mean, pull back.
But yes, we are going to be talking about Power Rangers Zeo. Again, we want to let people know we are not talking about the actors, and we're not critiquing acting. We're specifically talking about the characters and the storyline. I just don't need, you got those people who are really fanatics about Power Rangers, and they will come for you like as if the Power Rangers are really the Power Rangers. Like,
I tell you what, you're not wrong.
they about to morph for real. So I have to put that disclaimer out there. We are definitely not talking about any of the actors. We are specifically talking about the Rangers, the characters. So if we say something you don't like, you have to just deal with it.
Because we're not changing it. It's not going to be revamped.
Period. So before we get into it, I want to showcase. Since we are talking about Zeo, I have a Power Rangers Zeo action figure. This is Tanya.
Yes.
Zeo Ranger 2 Yellow. Yes.
Yes, please.
And of course, we know that Zeo Ranger 2 Yellow is played by our friend Nakia Burris.
Yes.
Shout out to Nakia
What's
Burris.
up, Nakia?
Yes. Before we get into Zeo, though, let's talk about the story how we both know Nakia. I want to get into that.
Okay,
so I'll actually start, for me, it starts with Shantelle.
Okay.
So Shantelle can start the story, then I can jump in.
So I followed Nakia on Instagram, and she was doing an Indiegogo for her show Class Dismissed. Well, I was like, what is this show? So I had to go look it up, and I was like, oh, this is really cute. I would like to be a part of this. And she had a perk on there that you could be on the show. And I was like, okay. So, I did my donation and everything. And I was able to get on a couple of the Zooms that she did. She did one where it was just her, and then one where Catherine got on and Karen Ashley got on. And it was real fun. And then I flew out to California, got to be on the show.
Yes.
And kind of just kept in touch with Nakia a little bit. And then when I found out that she was doing Ranger Stop and Pop in Atlanta, I was like, yo, Carlton would love this. And so I bought some tickets, and I was like, Carlton, what are you doing the weekend of, I think it was June something. And he was like, I don't know. I know I had to do the schedule for filming, and I was like, okay, do me a favor and don't schedule anything for this particular weekend. And he was like, okay, well, what's going on? And I was like, well, I know your birthday is not till October, but I got us tickets for this con. And he was like, what? And so we went, and I was able to introduce him to Nakia, and that was that.
And so from there, I reached out to Nakia on Instagram because we were looking for somebody for the feature of BPM Mag. And I said, after I said, you think Nakia would possibly be interested in doing the magazine? You said, sure, reach out, whatever. So I reached out, and Nakia graciously said yes. So she was our feature in BPM Mag, which is actually it was actually my favorite feature. Obviously my favorite cover, because it's Nakia Parise.
Yeah.
Like I said again, it's a dream come true when you're like, as a kid, you watch somebody that you see on TV, and it's like when you actually meet them in real life, it's like, it just does something, like I said, it's like a childhood dream that comes true. And she's so nice and sweet and very generous, and very humble too.
That's so true. I love the fact that after all this time, she's still so excited about acting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And she does stuff. She's done stuff outside of Power Rangers.
Yes.
And continues to do stuff outside of Power Rangers. She's actually producing her own film.
Yes.
So she's doing a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, and actually, the show Class Dismissed got turned into a film,
Yes.
and so now it's on Peacock.
Yeah.
So you can watch it on. Y'all go check that out on Peacock.
Yes.
I'm getting the mic. Check it out on Peacock. But yeah, she was so nice on set. She was like willing to give people advice, willing to answer questions when people had questions. And it didn't feel like we were extras just being blessed with the opportunity to meet her. We were all on set and we were all on the same level, and it was great.
Yeah, and like I said, from my experience, I wasn't at the photo shoot because she lives in the LA area. So shout out to my god sister Makita. She actually coordinated the shoot and got all that together, sent me video back. It was awesome. And also, we had the opportunity, Nakia Parise also in For the Love of Christmas.
Yes.
So that was awesome to actually be able to work with her on a production. And it was cool because, again, when you're working with somebody who obviously has been in mainstream media, like, of course, they have all this experience and knowledge and stuff like that. But she came in and it was just like she wanted to be directed. Sometimes you have people that do have a name. They're like, oh, I already know what I'm doing.
I know it.
I don't
worry
need
about it.
no.
I'm gonna do what I do.
Yes. You hired me for me, so I'm gonna do what I need to do.
You're welcome.
Right. But it was not like that with her. She was like, okay, Carlton, like, what do you want me to do? Like, tell me, like, how do you want this character portrayed? And it was just awesome just working with her, and she was giving us different takes and just different. It was just an amazing experience. And I have to be honest with you, I had to say, childhood Carlton, stay where you are. You cannot be excited that you're working with a Power Ranger. You have to be a director, and you have to be professional and work with the actress Nakia Parise, not Tanya.
Yes.
You're not working with Tanya. You're working with Nakia Parise.
That's right. I know she appreciated that.
Right. No, but it's cool. Like I said, me and Nakia have a great relationship, and I'm just so grateful for her and her guidance, and I'm grateful for her advice. And again, I'm just grateful for the friendship. She's just a beautiful person inside and out. So I want to thank you, Shantelle, because again, you were the one that started this whole thing.
You're welcome.
So let's get into Power Rangers Zeo. So do you remember? So Mighty Morphin ended with the whole cliffhanger. The command center got blew up.
Yes.
What got blew up? That's not in proper English, but
I know
the
what
command
you meant.
center was blown up.
Yes, it was.
Let's talk like we have a college education.
You're not gonna judge us on here.
So that's how Mighty Morphin ended.
Yes.
Do you remember before Zeo came on, they did the little clips? They were like, you gotta see it. It's coming. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to try to remember. I want to make sure I wasn't crazy.
No, they
definitely
did that.
I was so hyped. They be like, gotta see it. It's coming. You gotta see it. They did that. It was like 10, 15 seconds. And I was like, what do we gotta see? And they would draw the symbol.
Yeah.
And that was it.
But they didn't show anybody
Right.
or anything.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. And it's crazy because I think I was going into 6th grade when Zeo came out. So I was still like really into Power Rangers, but of course when some people, when they get around that age, it's like, all right, we trying to do preteen, teenage stuff.
Right.
And so I was like still into Power Rangers, but then I was still also, I was trying to fit in and be cool too. So I was like, I was downplaying my excitement.
Right.
But I was very much excited about Power Rangers Zeo.
Hey. I don't think I really paid attention to, I just enjoyed watching.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really think I paid attention to so much of, okay, this season ended, now is this. I think I just watched it as one entity.
Mm-hmm.
So I just remember Zeo coming on, and it was like the next episode from the last one that I saw.
Got you.
So
we open up Power Rangers Zeo. They get a whole new power chamber. It's not the command center anymore. It's the power chamber. And they get new colors. Well, the guys got new colors. Tanya was still, well, she wasn't still. She became the Yellow Ranger because her and Aisha switched. Yes. Aisha ended up moving to Africa.
Yes.
We'll get into that later because I'm still trying to figure out how this little girl moved to Africa and her family automatically was there and all that stuff. But we'll talk about that when we talk about Mighty Morphin. So Tanya is, and then Tanya is in the United States now. So was her family here? Did her family automatically just show up, or like, how'd that work?
Her family.
No,
Zordon said that the timelines have adjusted themselves in the future so that everybody.
But wasn't there an episode in Zeo when Tanya had to go through the cave
to go get her parents?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Because Aisha sent her the map and the key.
Yeah.
And was like, this will lead you to your parents or something like that.
Gotcha. Okay. I was trying to figure out in my head how that worked. Got it. Okay. So Tanya
I didn't particularly care for that.
Tanya has officially become the Yellow Ranger. Kat is pink, still pink.
Yeah.
So then we have Rocky. He becomes the Blue Ranger.
Yes.
Adam becomes the Green Ranger, and then Tommy is the Red Ranger.
Yes.
Billy unfortunately had to sit this one out.
Well,
Billy was the
technical
advisor. Oh, God.
They were trying to ease him out and trying to make it make sense for the show.
Mm.
But because Billy sits out and then suddenly he's got enough credits to graduate. Like, when was all this extracurricular stuff going on when he was doing just as much fighting as everybody else?
Mm-hmm.
But now he's got all these credits and he can graduate and now he don't know what to do with his life. I don't understand.
We're going to definitely get into Billy later. We're going to talk about that for sure. Because I definitely want to talk about this whole Aquatar thing.
Please.
So we got the new pop colors. They have these Zords. Now, I wasn't a particular fan of the Zeo Zords. I didn't particularly the Phoenix was okay because he was by himself.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like that Rocky and Adam Zords were carrying Tanya and Kat's.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like that they were together like that. I just felt like, I don't know. I wasn't feeling that.
I didn't particularly care for the Zeo Zords at all.
Mm.
And I'm going to say, because even starting out in the first episode that they're introduced in, it was supposed to be a big deal. They got these brand new Zords and it immediately was overheating. Mm. And I was like, but this is supposed to be the real deal. This is the new stuff. Mm-hmm. And they were getting beat up. I didn't like that. Mm-hmm. I was like, Billy, y'all need to go back to the drawing board with this one. It's not quite up to par.
So speaking of beating up, so we also have a new villain team. We have the Machine Empire.
Yes.
And then they apparently scare Zed and Rita and their crew. They scare them off and
Yes.
they hide away. So what I didn't appreciate, because this always goes back to Lord Zed, because Lord Zed is actually my favorite villain.
I
love Lord Zed.
Yep.
What I didn't, and again, we'll talk about it more in Mighty Morphin, because they really brought his evil down when he married Rita.
Truth.
And so the Lord Zed that I know would not have ran from the Machine Empire.
You're absolutely right.
Because when Lord Zed came in, he came in.
He was not here to play with y'all.
He was not playing. And it's like, I feel like these are two different Lord Zeds. I know there was a whole love potion thing given.
But
That shouldn't affect his evil, though.
And that's exactly what I was just getting ready to say. What? The two don't go together. You can still be in love and still be evil. We're going to be evil together now.
Right. So I didn't appreciate that they had Lord Zed and Rita run off. I didn't appreciate that. The Machine Empire. What did you think about the Machine Empire?
The Machine Empire was just okay.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the Queen, I think, was a little bit more evil than the King and the Prince. The Prince got on my nerves.
The little boy prince. Because you know
Sprocket.
there are two princes.
Sprocket.
Okay.
Hated Sprocket. I was like, somebody please kick him off the moon. He was just so annoying. And what got me, what really gets me, I drive school buses. He reminds me of the kids on the school bus that they don't get their way and they go complain to the parent, and then the king comes in and justifies the kid. Cause like, it was an episode. What was the fenster in their crew? I don't remember his name.
Yeah, you talking about so it was the robot.
Yeah,
and then there was the little one. The
yeah.
little one that he swirled around and he said around and around and around you go. Yeah, that.
He did something, and then Sprocket was like, he did it, and the robot was like, sir, you know that's not true. And the king goes, oh, so my son's a liar?
He is. And is.
And you know he is. Like, don't do me like that. And so every time Sprocket would be on screen, it just takes me back to these kids and these parents, and I hate that. So very annoying. Now I don't remember if I cared about him when I was a kid. I really think I just was really into the Queen.
Okay.
I liked her. I liked her style.
So names. Here we go. We got King Mondo,
Uh-huh.
Queen Machina, Prince Sprocket, Clank is who you're talking about.
Yes,
And then
Clank.
Orbis was the little one.
Okay.
The floating one.
Yep.
That did the round,
When he spun.
When Clank did the round and around, Orbis is the one that got spun.
And that's what happened. He went on and made the monsters grow.
And then there's another Prince Gasket. That's Mondo and Machina's older son. And
Right.
then Archerina, which is Gasket's wife.
I like them. I like them.
Where did they go though? Where did they go? Did they get destroyed?
I don't think they got destroyed.
Because I'm trying to remember.
If
It's
I
been a minute since I
remember
watched Zeo.
correctly, I think they got when the king got put back together.
Uh-huh.
He banished them or something like
He's
that.
ran off.
Yeah.
So we just never saw them again.
No.
Oh, I ain't
Not after he got put
I
back
don't like
together.
that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Because I feel like you said, I actually liked Gasket and Arch. I liked them.
I like them.
So I feel like they were definitely given something that they was going at the Power Rangers like they needed to. I felt like.
I think that they brought a different level to what the parents brought. Because I think what happened was, if you look at how much older that son is to Sprocket, you know how parents get softer on the younger kids?
Yeah.
So I think they got a little soft. And he came back and he was like, no, y'all didn't act like this when I was his age. And so he came back to show them, hey, no, this is what y'all need to be doing.
Gotcha.
In my opinion.
Gotcha.
I'm just
I like
putting
that
it like
assessment.
that. Yeah.
I like that assessment. So just to keep it on the machines. So this version of Putties we have the cogs.
The cogs.
So this is what I really didn't like. This is one thing I didn't like about Zeo was that, and this is what they do like on the newer Power Rangers. They morph too quick for me.
Yeah.
What I enjoyed about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers before Ninja, because when they did Ninja, that's when they did the ninja suits. So of course that was the stunt people.
Right.
As an adult, I'm finding out that was the stunt people. You don't understand how disappointed I was when I found out that these were stunt people fighting.
I believe it.
I was like, excuse me?
How dare
How
y'all?
dare you? But what I appreciated about Mighty Morphin was the early days was they were actually fighting. Like you saw Jason, you saw Zach and Trini and Kim and Billy and Tommy and Aisha them. You saw them and even Kat, you saw them fight. Well, no, Kat came in Ninja. So wait, no, she didn't fight the police. Sorry.
It's
so
okay.
Yes, so the early on seasons 1 and 2 before Ninja, you actually saw them fight the police. We actually got to see some stuff. For me as a child, that's what made me really want to be a Power Rangers, because I'm seeing these teenagers like in their human form actually fight these putties.
Right.
Sometimes they may even fight the monster sometimes, and right before they morph. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like you actually saw their skills and what they could do, and it made you feel like, oh, I can be able to do that. With Zeo, I didn't feel that. I felt like as soon as the cog showed up, it was like, oh, it's morphin' time. It was all right, we're morphing, and it's like, oh, I feel like we missed that aspect when it came to Zeo.
You're not wrong. They did a lot of like flipping around to get away from the cogs so that they could morph, instead of just fighting the cogs. And I don't particularly care for that, especially if I can see that it's just flipping to get away. You know what I'm saying? There's one episode where so Rocky gets sucked into the baseball machine, and then Adam is there, and he's just flipping back and forth, and he ends up getting beat up. But like he's trying to get, because they stole Rocky's Zeonizer, and so he's trying to get to the Zeonizer. So he's just like flipping through or whatever. But I will say that of everybody that fights the cogs without being in costume, he did it the most, I think.
Okay.
Before he would morph, he at least interacted with them in his human form before morphing. I don't think anybody else did it as much as he did.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Let's see, what else? It was anything else with the Machine Empire? Oh, but speaking of bad guys, I didn't like the Godard Rito side story. I wasn't feeling the memory loss, and then them being the pets of Bulk and Skull.
Yeah.
And I know it was a children's show, but I just felt like that was just real silly to me.
It was.
Especially, again, you have these bad guys. They're bad. These are bad. And I feel honestly, I feel like Zeo would have been like real A1 if they had both Rita and Zed's crew and the Machine Empire coming at them. You got two forces of evil coming at you? That's something serious.
It is.
I feel like they should have played off that, personally. I feel like I would have made a much better story. And then also would have made a better evolution. You beat both of them, you can't beat the Power Rangers.
Right. And with the Zeo power being something that is supposed to be better than Mighty Morphin, it would have made more sense for them to have those two entities that they have to fight against. So.
Yeah. I definitely think that was a wasted opportunity.
Truth.
So we have the 5, and then we're introduced to, actually, it's one of my favorite Rangers. It's the Gold Ranger. I love the Gold Ranger, and I actually can I pull it out? I have the.
Oh no!
Okay,
oh no!
All right. Sorry, Nightcrawler.
Look, your setup said you would not be great today.
But I actually have the Gold Ranger staff. Come on, toys. He has toys today. I have not pulled it out yet because, as you can see, my recording studio got a lot of stuff going on. But I have to get I actually have to get a what you call it? Thank you. I have to get a case. So that way I can organize all my stuff. But yes, I do have the staff, and once I get the case, I'm gonna check it out. But yes, I have the staff.
Nice.
And so yeah, the Gold Ranger is actually my favorite Zeo Ranger. It's actually one of my favorite Rangers out of all the Rangers, but all Power Rangers. But yeah, I love the Gold Ranger. I enjoy, again, that was another mystery saga in Zeo where at first the Gold Ranger appears out of nowhere.
Yes.
We have no idea who he is. And then they tried to do this whole who is it
who
thing.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, there was like it was it Billy, because Billy kept disappearing every now and again.
Right.
And then it was like Tommy's half brother.
Right.
They were trying to say it was his half brother. So they were trying to figure it was like this whole who's the Gold Ranger?
They even tried to pull one where it might be Skull.
Yeah.
And I was just like, come on, guys, don't do that.
Why do you think they never made? Because I know in the comics, I think like Bulk and Skull actually like do become Power Rangers at one point. Like, why do you never think they made Bulk and Skull Power Rangers?
Because Bulk and Skull did not fit the mold of who a Power Ranger was supposed to be. Because they, first of all, were too silly.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they tried to be tough, they were too accident prone, so they were clumsy. That doesn't fit the mold.
Mm.
And then even with that, I feel like they would have been trying to usurp power within the Power Rangers, which would have been, detrimental to the teamwork aspect of it. I just don't think their personalities fit what a Power Ranger is supposed to be.
Got you. Let me backtrack. I haven't read all the comics, so I'm not sure if they actually became Power Rangers, but I feel like I saw an issue where they became Power Rangers, like they were like the Orange and Purple Rangers, something like that, or maybe it was like a fantasy. I don't know. I just thought I saw a drawing. I'm gonna look it up. Wow.
I will say that if one of them was gonna be a Power Ranger, I would see Skull more than Bulk, because even in reference to the episode I was talking about with where they tried to make it seem like he was the Gold Ranger, and he was the Phantom piano player. He had a serious side that he never showed when he was with Bulk, and I think that is one of the reasons why them trying to make it seem like, oh, he could be the Power Ranger worked, because he had that other side that he kept hidden.
Okay, so apparently, yes, they became the purple and orange.
Why did they do that like that?
So this is in the comics or the whatever fan. I don't know if it's fan fiction or what, but they okay, yeah, yep, it's right here.
See, because I don't like that. Now, I ain't never read any of these comics, and this is my first time seeing this, but I already don't like that, because why did they draw that like that?
Yeah, that's what it says here. So yeah, they became Power Rangers in the comics.
I'm just gonna sidebar, and I'm gonna say why I don't like that.
Go ahead and sidebar.
Because first of all, we already know that Bulk is heavyset. You're telling me that if he's gonna morph, the suit is not gonna fit him, because everybody else's suit fit them.
True.
So why is his not gonna? It makes no sense for his stomach to be hanging out the suit. True. I don't like that.
And of course, when we fast forward to Turbo, we had Justin, who was little, and he became regular size.
Thank you.
Yes, the suit would definitely fit.
That doesn't make sense.
Yes.
I don't like that. That's something that would make me not read it, because I'm like, why did you do that? What was the point of that?
I can understand your disappointment.
I'm very disappointed, because, come on.
So back to the Gold Ranger. So we come to find out that Gold Ranger is actually from another planet. He's actually triplets. Well, he's a person in 3 parts.
Right.
So it's Treya, Triphoria, and they each have different identities, or however.
Like Tray of Heart.
Yeah.
And something.
Yeah. So basically, Treya, Triphoria. So his powers is split. And they're like, in order to keep the power, we have to find somebody that can temporarily hold on to the power so that way the power doesn't get lost. And so, of course, naturally, they're like, oh, we're going to give it to Billy. And so, unfortunately, Billy can't receive the Gold Ranger power because he, when he was in when the command center exploded, I guess the ions got on him or something happened to where he wasn't able to, his body basically did not receive the Gold Ranger power.
So it was because he did not wait to break the spell that Master Val put on them when they were kids, and he made himself back into a teenager rather. And so there was a negative energy from that wouldn't match up with the alien power.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we know what really happened behind the scenes. We
and do.
Yeah. So so yeah. Yeah. So we ended up there's like Jason. Keep saying Jason. Tommy, because it's really just Dave Frank. Tommy was like, well, I know somebody. And then it was supposed to be this whole thing. It was running through the sand trying to get to the command center, all this other stuff. And we could clearly see the person. And then he walks through and it's revealed that it's Jason.
Yeah.
So Jason comes in and he becomes the Gold Ranger. Now, I'm not going to sit up here in front like I was not excited. I was, because I'm just a fan of the original Power Rangers. I love the original team. So I was excited when I was like, oh, it's Jason, so he's going to receive the Gold Ranger powers. I was just having this conversation with Kevin. What I wasn't a fan of, because, you know, with the Gold Ranger, the original Gold Ranger, he was able to kind of like move fast, like shift, like he was like doing this whole shifting.
Yeah.
Jason didn't do any of that. And I was like, you have the Gold Ranger powers. Why aren't you doing that?
Use them to the fullest extent.
Right.
And you're not.
Right.
I will say that I was glad to see Jason, but I didn't want Jason to be the Gold Ranger. I wanted it to be Tommy's brother.
Okay. Why is that?
Because I really enjoyed that storyline of them finding each other and him seeing this guy that looked just like him and all this. And I would have loved to see that dynamic play out of these two brothers. First of all, they're having to learn how to interact with each other as just finding themselves as brothers, but also now you're in this team that you have to be able to work together. And then what was his name? David?
I believe so.
He was basically a loner. So for him to be able to come in and be a part of a team, I think that would have been a great storyline to create. I just really would have liked to see that dynamic more than seeing Jason come back.
Gotcha.
I mean, Jason can come back and visit, but I didn't want him to be the Gold Ranger though.
Gotcha. Okay, that's an interesting perspective. Very interesting perspective. Can we go behind the scenes real quick?
Yeah.
So, you know how the story is that I work in news, so I always have to say alleged, even if it's been out there for years.
Okay.
That allegedly the reason why the actors that played Jason, Zach, and Trini, the reason why they left was because it was a pay dispute.
Yes.
They wanted more money. Allegedly. So, did the rating change?
I feel like no.
Because I'm trying to figure out, why did you come back?
I feel like there was no work out there, and it was like, hey, I can come back to this.
Also, another question. I want to know, and we obviously won't be able to find out because, sadly, of course, the actress that played Trini, she's no longer with us. But I'm curious how the actors that played Zach and Trini, how they felt when the actor that played Jason decided to come back.
Because if it was a team effort and, you know, we're going to hold up filming, we're not going to film until this is rectified and all of us are gone, like, who was the leader of that? Who was the one that first started the conversation? And I don't know any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like probably Jason started it.
Austin.
Yes, Austin. I feel like he started it, and Walter and how do you say her name?
The actress that played the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah. I think it's Tweet, but
I don't want to say it wrong.
I just don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah.
But I think they bought in and followed suit. And like I said, I don't know any of them. I could be totally wrong. It's just from me looking at it, that's how I feel.
Gotcha.
And so I'm sure they felt some kind of, if that's the case, I'm sure they would have felt some kind of way because you took us away and then you came back. You went back.
I'm definitely gonna. When I think I might have you and Kevin on, because when we talk about Mighty Morphin, because I definitely have something I want to say.
I would love to hear what you have to say.
When it comes to the departure.
Okay.
But we're gonna hold that for Mighty Morphin.
Okay.
We're sticking with Zeo for right now.
I would love to come back for that.
Yes. We got. I have something I need to say.
Okay.
So Jason is back, and he's there. He's part of the team. So he's the official Sixth Ranger. And they actually do have a episode where Rocky kind of feels out of place.
Yes.
Because, of course, Rocky was Jason's replacement.
Yes.
And so now Jason is back. And it's like, everybody's like, oh my God, Jason's back. And so there's also this thing, too. I think even when the episode when Jason did come back, Jason was like, now that I'm back, I want you to know I'm not trying to come back as the leader. I'm not trying to be the leader anymore. And Tommy was like, ain't no big thing, whatever, da. And so... yeah, that was the whole thing. It was because it was, first of all, and I got. I guess we got to
tell me you're not trying to be the leader. Yeah. That makes me feel like you're trying to be the leader.
So I really have to dip into my Morphin real quick because I thought it was just weird when Tommy came as the White Ranger. It was like, who? This is the new leader of the team. Of course, I feel like there's some behind the scenes stuff behind that. But just sticking with the story,
yeah.
I thought that was just weird when Zordon said that and Jason was just smiling like, oh, this is so cool. I feel like that's not...
I'm not the leader.
Right. I was like, we're going to have a conversation about this first?
Hold on.
So, of course, now Tommy has been the leader since being the White Ranger. And so now it's like you got the former leader coming back.
Right.
And it's a whole thing, So, I guess Jason wanted to be known like, hey, man, let you know I ain't trying to take your spot. Even though it was my spot first.
Right. I'm feeling like you might be. Don't try me like that. I don't. You don't have to say that because that makes me feel like that's what you really are trying to do. So
right.
Don't tell me that.
And so then they also before Triforia left, he gave them the Super Zeo Zords.
Yeah.
Did you like the Super Zeo Zords?
Better than the
regular Zeo?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely 1000%.
Yeah. Much
I
better.
agree. I definitely agree. So that was tight. I liked Pyramidas.
Yeah.
I liked Pyramidas. Pyramidas was tight. Tommy had his own fighter, the little fighter Zord thing. You want to feel that?
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like he didn't need it. He didn't need it. He wasn't a Sixth Ranger anymore. So he didn't need his own thing. Like, just be part of the 5. And that's enough. So, I didn't really see the need for it.
Okay. Yeah. They got to give the Red Ranger something, something.
But I'm like, he... Give him like another sword or something. You know what I'm saying? Not a Zord. You're not a Sixth Ranger. The Sixth Ranger needs to have their own thing. That's because the Sixth Ranger always comes in after, a while. So, yeah, give them something that makes it like, oh, yeah, we do need this 6th person. Gotcha. But he's already been there. And he's no longer the 6th. He's part of the 5. So, be part of the 5.
Okay.
Is all.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So, let's go back to Billy. Because now we got to go back to Billy.
Okay.
So, when Billy is getting older, the character. So the character, again, all these effects from everything that happened with him rapidly aging before time, and then also touching the command center when it blew up. All this stuff is coming into play. So Billy is getting older. So he's an old man.
Yep.
And he's rapidly aging. And in order for him to get back to normal, is he has to go to Aquitar. No, he actually went to Aquitar and then came back. And then he had to go because he fell in love with one of the aliens over there.
Yes.
And then they was like, okay, we're gonna take him back to Aquitar, and then they took him back to Aquitar. So yeah. Again, we know the behind the scenes. We know that there was some things happening with the actor, and he decided to leave the show. I just really thought that send-off was really horrible.
It was horrible.
That send-off was horrible. I feel like Billy deserved a better send-off because he is the last original Power Ranger. And we're not talking about Tommy because Tommy's not original.
Wasn't original.
Tommy's a +1.
That's right.
So Billy is the last original Ranger standing, and I feel like he deserved a better send-off.
Definitely did.
1,000%.
Like, and I'm not being funny, and we're not talking about Mighty Morphin, but Kim got 10 episodes, man, where it was just like she was the main character. I'm like, you're telling me Billy couldn't get 2? He couldn't get 2 episodes to get a good send-off?
He deserved a better send-off. 1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%. And it was just, I mean, again, you have behind the scenes stuff happening because I feel like he left before they even, of course, when they did the episode. So even at that last scene, they scrambled his face.
Yeah. So
we didn't see his face because they're like, we got a message coming in, but of course it's scrambled. We can't see it. And like the voice was off. It was just a lot. It was just a lot of things happening. It's like, again, back to Mighty Morphin, but like, we know the actors that played Jason Trini that left in the middle. And so they was copying and pasting old footage and using voice actors to try to put it together. We work in production. We know things happen behind the scenes. You got to make it work. But, again, sticking in talking with the story and the characters, I feel like, again, Billy needed a better send-off. And that his final episodes were trash.
Yes.
They were trash.
Yes. My thing, where were his parents at? Because he went there to go get healthy and he never came back.
He didn't come back we really haven't seen him until we'll talk about the reunion one another time.
Oh, I need to be on that.
Yeah, we'll talk about the reunion.
I need to be on that episode because I got stuff to say.
But yeah, so I don't listen. You just went to Aquitar.
I'm like, you don't
have
a family.
A planet made of water.
Because I'm like, how come nobody is calling like, my son is missing. He went to school one day, or he went to go hang out with some people one day and he never came back. The police should be questioning these people like, y'all was the last ones to see Billy, where he at? Nothing. Nobody's looking for these kids, man.
All right, so speaking of, and you mentioned Kim, I want to talk about Kimberly because there was an episode where Kimberly sends a breakup letter to Tommy.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't appreciate that they put starring Amy Jo Johnson as Kimberly as if she was going to be in the episode. Because when I watched the episode, I remember sitting in the living room watching the episode. Oh, Kimberly going to be back. We're going to see Kimberly on the episode.
Oh,
she was not in up like she was,
because they were going to use old footage of him remembering times. So
I don't like that. I don't like that. When you do flashbacks, there is no need to credit the actor. That was a past work, so there's no need to credit them. No, I ain't like that. They said starring Amy Jo Johnson as Kimberly, as if she was gonna be there, and she was not there. And but here's the kicker. In the letter, when Kimberly breaks up with them, she says, "I love you like a brother."
Yeah.
I don't believe Tommy and Kimberly were doing things that brother and sisters do. Toss, "I love you like a brother." Are you serious? That was a horrible breakup letter.
It was horrible.
Horrible. Horrible.
I didn't appreciate it.
But I will say that is the one thing that Miss Cat was waiting on, because she was waiting on that. She was going to get that Tommy. She wanted that Tommy.
I can tell you, I didn't need Cat and Tommy.
You didn't need that?
I didn't need that.
Okay.
I said, he just gonna take whoever's pink, I guess.
Not whoever's
Whatever.
pink. Not whoever's pink.
Whatever.
So yeah, I didn't appreciate that breakup
Yeah.
episode. I wasn't appreciating that.
But talking about dating, though.
Okay.
Adam and Tanya were dating. I don't care what anybody says.
When in your mind, when did they start dating? After she broke up with Sean?
After she broke up with Sean,
Uh-huh.
and he came over and he was like, you know, that was great. You stood up for yourself. And she was like, but I just lost my boyfriend. And he was like, he doesn't deserve you. And then the episode when she does the music video and who is it? Tommy says, oh, that was great, Adam. You're going to be a great director one day. And she goes, in my opinion, he already is. And he's like, and they're like, they got something already happening right there. Because I'm like, she didn't look at him like she was just proud of her friend. Like, that was like he's just so wonderful. Like, a flirting. And then he started blushing.
We should ask
That was the
Nakia
thing.
if Tanya and Adam were dating.
They were dating.
We should ask the actress that was playing the part if they were dating.
I mean, you can ask.
Shantelle said it don't matter in my mind.
It's not gonna matter what
in my mind.
Because I'm gonna tell you all the instances. All right, so there's that one, and then there's the episode where Adam falls asleep at the center, and he has the nightmare.
Yeah.
They were there together, and it was nobody else there. Okay, and then the episode where the Machine Empire was running them ragged and they kept falling asleep. If you look, Adam sleep on the table, she sleep on the table. Tommy and Kat come over and they wake him up, and Adam sits up and his hair's like this, and she's like, okay. Then you got the episode about honor when they're training for the sword fighting, and she's watching Adam up there practicing, and she's not watching him like, man, my friend is killing it. She's watching him like, that man is so beautiful, and look at the way his body moves when he does this. Like, it's so, like, it was not just a admiration of my friend being great. So when Sean comes up with the new girl and whatever, and then Adam walks over there, it's like, you can have this new girl because I'm with him. When the tournament is over and she hugs him, she's like, great, baby. I'm like, y'all didn't hear her say baby? She definitely said baby. Like, they're dating.
Yeah, we're gonna rewatch Zeo. I need to see this.
They're dating.
Okay.
So,
all right.
And it doesn't matter what anyone says.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to be correct because I've already pointed you out. And if I go back and watch the whole thing, I probably could pull out some more instances. Because Adam definitely thought Tanya was cute. Okay? That episode, that baseball episode, oh, he was trying to get his turn then. But she was dating. So he was trying to keep it on the low. If you watch it with me, I can point out all of the. Anyway,
I can appreciate your receipts backing up your hypothesis.
Because I got them.
I can appreciate that. That's what we call the scientific method. Listen, you gotta have the
talking about a pro with it.
You gotta have those the backup to the research to make sure that, you know, when you got the hypothesis, you gotta have it.
That's right.
Gotta have it together. She broke it down. All right. So we end Zeo with basically the powers are weakening Jason.
Yes.
Oh, well, before we do that, we talked about the episode part 1 and part 2 where they brainwashed Tommy, and they was like, yeah, the Power Rangers are evil.
Yeah.
So that was another big thing in the Zeo universe too, as well. You weren't feeling that? you just rolling your eyes
because some of the stuff with Zeo is some episodes that I'm like, I love this episode, and then it's some episodes that I'm just like, Lord Jesus. And when the episodes just focused on Tommy, I swear I used to just be like, oh my God. I guess because he wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
I used to just be like, oh my God, we're talking about Tommy again.
So that was another major episode, part 2 part that was in Zeo. This is minor, but I didn't like when Ernie had the little beach thing outside. I ain't like that.
It was alright. I feel like the atmosphere left too much to be able to happen.
Yeah. When
you were enclosed within the juice bar, it was cool because you didn't have too many things to worry about. You know, everything was going to happen inside, and then if the cogs were going to come in, they were just going to come in, but you had an area that you could fight them in. The beach leaves too much to chance. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, and this is an issue I have with all of the Ranger series that are supposed to be, you can't tell anybody you're a Power Ranger. There's no way that you can morph on the beach and nobody sees you.
Yeah.
Because you already are asking me to suspend my disbelief in the hallway at school.
Right.
So now you're on the beach and people be out on the beach with binoculars all the time.
Right.
There's no way.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
The beach wasn't working for me.
I understand that. Yeah, definitely. So as we're getting towards the end, the powers are messing with Jason.
Yeah.
And it's not just like how Tommy was losing his powers, but he was still fine human-wise.
Yeah.
This is actually affecting Jason. Like, he could die because the powers are too much for his human body.
Right.
So they got to get Trey back so he can take the powers back and become the Gold Ranger again. So now we get all that. Of course, King Mondo comes back. The Machine Empire grows, and the Power Rangers end up growing, and then it's a final battle, and then Machine Empire, they're out of there.
Yep.
And Rita and Zed are rejoicing as if they're going to come back and fight the Power Rangers, but yeah, then we had the Turbo movie.
Yeah.
And the only appearance that we saw from Zed, Rita and Zed, was Diva Tots calling Rita complaining, and then Lord Zed was asleep.
Yeah.
I really hate how they did Lord Zed. Like, that bothers me to this day. Because Lord Zed came in. He came in. I remember that first episode that came on at night. Lord Zed was not playing with the kids. And this is the way that they just... We'll get into it, Mighty Morphin, but it's
they said Lord Zed used to scare the kids, so...
But Shantelle, I'm watching some of the ones now, and some of those look scary. Like, I'm not scared as an adult, but I'm just saying they look more menacing than Lord Zed did.
Right.
You got this, I'm watching Lost Galaxy right now. You got this whole bug-looking thing that looks creepy. Like, come on. And some of the monsters that was looking creepy, like in space and in Lost Galaxy, they look worse than Lord Zed.
Okay.
But anyway,
I didn't watch In Space.
I'm committing myself to watch all the Power Rangers. So
that's awesome.
I know. It's a big feat, but I'm here to conquer it.
I believe in you. I stopped in the middle of Turbo. I was like, I don't know these kids. I can't watch this.
If you want to watch my assessment of Turbo, you can watch it on our page.
Yes. Go watch it because it's a fun watch.
So that's how Zeo ended. We ended, and of course, I feel like Tommy gave Jason the same speech that they gave him when Tommy lost his powers. You'll always be one of us. And
no,
Jason goes off with this new girlfriend that he met.
So that's the thing. Because people always talk about Jason and Kim getting together. But I'm like, if she got with Jason because of that, from that letter, then they must have broke up somewhere in there because he went off with Emily. So how are they supposed to be dating? That don't make sense. Everybody want to put Jason and Kim together because, well, we'll talk about that when we get to Mighty Morphin. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, because I did ask.
I'm just saying.
I think I asked Kevin when we talked about Turbo, like, where did we feel like Jason and Kimberly were dating? Because, you know, they were together in Turbo, they were scuba diving and all that stuff before they became evil, fought the Power Rangers and all that good stuff. I did ask that question. I wondered, like, were they together?
Got you.
Because, I mean, they never said it. Like, it was never like you said, but there's always a theory that
Right.
Jason and Kimberly were together.
Right. And I'm just like, that doesn't make sense.
You're not here for that?
No.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much Zeo. That is Power Rangers Zeo.
Can I ask you, how did you feel about Tanya coming in the way she did?
So, as a child, because I was an Aisha fan,
Okay.
I was not here for Tanya at first.
Okay.
This is Tanya. Okay? Tanya. Just want people to be clear. Tanya.
Keep it clear.
But she ended up growing on me.
Okay.
I ended up starting to like her. However, as an adult, I love Tanya.
Oh, okay.
Because because I love Nakia.
Okay.
So I have a bias. I love Tanya.
Because I'm getting ready to say, because you got to separate the actress.
You do. But I could appreciate Tanya better now.
Okay.
Because listen. Listen. Talk about me if you want to. I am mixing the actress with the character. I am 1000%. But the way she came in, no, I didn't. Again, we talked about. I don't like the whole. You just automatically came over here from Africa, and it was just a whole.
Yeah, that didn't sit right with me.
We talking about what specifically are you?
So,
what you meaning?
Okay, Tanya comes in. Now she was a kid, and she was always a kid, right? Because when Aisha was a teenager, and she got turned into a child and had to go over there.
Okay.
Tanya was already a kid, so to come back over here, she had to become a teenager.
Okay.
So, but from my reading, her mindset was supposed to be that of still a child, which is why, like, she was supposed to be kind of playful. But that went out the window like halfway through the season. Like, she wasn't real playful like that. And then two, she came in the third episode, and she got in Angel Grove, and Kat's parents were gonna let her live there.
That's what they do.
And I'm like,
that's what they do.
I'm like, okay, but she talks about feeling like she's still the new kid, and she wish she could fit in, but then she's already dating Sean.
So you're just saying, like, the storyline.
It wasn't matching
it's not
up.
consistent.
Yeah, I was like,
Got you.
how though?
Got you.
Because when he tells her he's gonna cheat, and she goes to the baseball, to the batting cage, and she's like, you don't need to cheat. And he's like, yeah, if you can't support me, then I don't think we need to see each other anymore. And I'm like, so you're dating him,
Mm-hmm.
but you just told Tommy and Kat that y'all only talking because he needs help with algebra. Which, how do you know algebra?
I have a question. And again, I gotta go back and really pay attention. So we're going to Mighty Morphin real quick. So when Master Val made them young,
Yes.
was it the whole world, or was it just Angel Grove?
It was just Angel Grove.
So was it the whole world?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Because if that's the case, when Tommy went back and meets his mentor guy, what was it, White Feather or something Feather? He was an old man. He should have been a kid too, or a teenager. You know, if we're gonna look at aging people down and making it relative to the age that they are, then he should have been like a teenager.
Gotcha.
So it was only that specific group.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say then I'm glad they ignored it, because I mean I feel like if Tanya's supposed to be childlike, then that's weird that Adam would like her. That would make a lot of things weird.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we ignored that.
Yeah.
I'm glad we ignored that.
I'm
whole
just
thing.
saying.
No. But now that you break it down, yeah, she should definitely still have the mind of a young child, because Africa wasn't impacted by the aging.
It was not.
Okay, well.
It surely was not.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Okay. We
Yeah.
also we always talk about the suits. I forgot that part.
I'm glad Tanya got a skirt.
Yeah.
That's about it. These costumes weren't all that to me.
They weren't horrible.
No, they were not horrible,
But
especially compared to some of the stuff that came after.
Yeah, they weren't horrible. They weren't my favorite.
Right.
But they weren't horrible. I wasn't necessarily a fan of the shapes, like
Right.
in the mask.
Yeah.
But like
I didn't like that.
Yeah, but I'm like I said, they're not the worst.
Right.
They're not the worst outfits out of the whole entire Power Ranger franchise. So yeah. Okay, so let's go into our rating system. I have to tell Shantelle about, even though she has seen, we only did 2 episodes. But,
Right.
We introduced the rating system last episode. So this is our rating system. So instead of saying worst to best, I want to say least favorite to favorite. Let's do that.
Okay.
So basically we're going from least favorite to favorite.
Okay.
So we have Rita Repulsa, I Have a Headache.
Oh, I have such a headache!
Alpha I.
Ay, 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 ay!
Kimberly, Nice Stereo.
Nice stereo.
Okay.
Then we have More Phenomenal.
System's nominal.
And Go Green Ranger Go.
Go, Green Ranger, go, go!
Okay.
So basically, like I said, so basically it's like the Kimberly, like I know he said, okay, Kimberly Nice Stereo is like it's alright. It's alright. And then like because people love the Green Ranger,
Yes.
there's like Go Green Ranger Go. That's the favorite.
Gotcha.
So you're basically rating Zeo as a whole.
Okay.
That's what you're doing. So I'm going to. You want me to let the guest go first? You want to go first? So you need to think about it. You
I
need
need a minute.
Give me a minute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead.
Because I wasn't exactly sure how I was gonna, but okay.
Okay.
Let me see. Ooh-wee.
I am going to, because I did enjoy the storylines, some of the storylines. Again, because we're following it from Mighty Morphin, so we're still following these characters that, you know, we're still following this story that we've been following since the beginning. So this is still a part of the Zordon era. So I'm in the middle between Kimberly Nice Stereo
Nice stereo.
and More Phenomenal.
System's nominal.
That's where I'm at with Zeo. I'm in between those.
Well, because I don't want to say it, because you know I don't like Kimberly. But
But it's
that's
not.
where I'm at.
Okay.
That's the rating I have to give.
You're Nice Stereo.
Yes.
Nice stereo.
Okay, that's your rating for Power Rangers Zeo. Nice Stereo.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're not saying that because you like Kimberly. It's just that's just. The
I
rating.
know, but that's why I made that face like, ugh. I'm so sick of Kimberly. It doesn't matter how much time goes in between. Like, Kimberly. It was Kimberly and Tommy. Tommy!
Child.
Tommy!
We got this big debate about that. We gotta bring you back from Mighty Morphin.
Tommy!
Cause
Girl, shut up.
Cause girl, cause child, we not gonna sit up here like
I do not like
we're
Kimberly.
gonna sit up here like Kat then call Tommy as much as Kimberly did.
Oh, she absolutely did. She absolutely did, and that was annoying too. And please, he is fighting on his side. You are a Power Ranger. You gonna have to be able to get over there and fight for yourself. He can't come fight everybody battle and his too.
That's
now.
so funny.
Come on.
What she did, Shantelle?
Sorry!
I want to mention this real quick before we log off. So it's because me and you've had this conversation because this honestly relates to the newer ones because we've had this conversation and they tried to clean it up. But in Zeo, Zordon, that's Poochie guys if you hear him. Zordon gives this speech when they got the Zeo powers that says, the Power Rangers that you knew are no longer here.
Yes.
They are no more. Whatever. I can't say.
That's exactly what he said.
I can't say it verbatim, but that's what he said.
That's what he said.
So, how are the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers still available in the later seasons? Now, they tried to say that the morphin grid was fixed or whatever have you. But I'm still, I guess because I haven't watched them yet, but I'm still trying to figure because even so, let's get into the reunion real fast. So if Zach, Jason, and Trini gave their power coins to Aisha, Adam, and Rocky,
yes,
why do they have them in the reunion?
They should not have them.
They shouldn't have them anymore, correct?
You are absolutely correct.
But let's again take it back to Zeo. Zordon clearly says these powers are no more. They no longer work or whatever
he said. And so Mighty Morphin should not be available to participate in any reunions. It should start with Zeo.
Also,
because nothing happened to the Zeo power.
Yes, nothing happened. Also, why does every time there's a reunion with Tommy that he has the Green Ranger power? Wasn't the Green Ranger powers taken? Like, they were taken, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
He lost the Green Ranger powers.
Yeah.
This is why the White Ranger was created. We're using the white light. The Green Ranger is no more.
That's right.
We keep saying there is no more, and it's like they keep coming back. I
don't like that.
If you got the answer to it, you can put it in the comments and let me know what's up.
Because I don't like that.
Because I'm trying to figure it out. I've been trying. To this day, cause they always on the newer ones, they have these reunions and they bring the old people back.
Yes.
And even like I said, I just talked about this space. Adam morphed into the Black Ranger, and I told Kevin, I said he would not morph into the Black Ranger. He would morph into the Green Zeo Ranger.
That's exactly who he would morph into.
Because he still has the Green Zeo Ranger powers. He still has those.
Yes.
They never got rid of them when they became Turbo.
Right.
Which I still don't understand why they went from Zeo to Turbo, but that's neither here nor there. We talked about that already. So.
But then too, okay, so Billy says it would benefit us more to have me at the power chamber than for me to be a ranger. Mm. And Tanya gets his spot.
Right.
But then he says, if need be, I can still do something with the Zeo power. What did he say? He said I can still acquire it or I can still take on or whatever. But I'm like, how when it was only 5 pieces? Like, how can you still use it? You can't. You gave it away.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how they're becoming Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
But Zordon clearly said the Power Rangers are no more. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are no more. He literally clearly said that.
He didn't stutter.
Shantelle, they had in the power chamber. They have the suits in the background. They're right there.
Because if that's the case, and Jason was coming back to fill in, like, he could have easily just went on and been one of those Rangers. He could have just got one of those suits. You know what I'm saying? Or they needed somebody. Mighty Morphin should not still be in existence. And that's that on that.
So, yeah. I guess, like I said, again, I guess I have to keep going, and then I guess they'll explain it to me. But it still doesn't take away from the fact. And again, we're gonna get into this reunion later. We might do that next. So, let's just save it. Let's just save it.
Okay.
Because yeah.
Because we can go on and on.
We're gonna save it. But overall, like I said, I enjoy Zeo. I will say I enjoy Zeo a lot better than I enjoy Turbo and In Space.
Yes.
So.
Yes. You're not wrong.
Yes. All right. Cool. Well, let's wrap it up because, Poochie, he's active now.
Yep.
So I don't want to continue to bark and continue on this video. But Shantelle, thank you so much for being here. We definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. This was so fun.
Yes. We're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna get 3 people here. We might have to do somewhere. We might have to film it somewhere else. Cause I definitely want to do Mighty Morphin with you and Kevin. Cause I feel like you and Kevin are gonna have a fun back and forth.
From the other episodes, I think we could debate some things. So.
Oh gosh. But that's it for Ranger Ravers. We definitely appreciate it. We appreciate you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell.
That's right.
And we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Let's go Ranger Ravers. Don't you love?
Okay, so as I was editing our episode of Ranger Ravers talking about Power Rangers Zeo, I realized that we forgot to talk about the most important thing, which is, to me, one of the best things about Power Rangers Zeo. It's the theme song. We totally
That's
forgot.
right.
We totally forgot to talk about the theme song. So I was like, Shantelle, we're gonna add it in here. So here's some bonus talk.
Yes, please. Sign me up for bonus.
Yes. So we have to talk about the theme song. To me, in Power Ranger history, I think Power Rangers Zeo has the best theme song.
You're not wrong.
Yes. I think just the way it comes in, and then it still has the Mighty Morphin it has the Mighty Morphin theme, but it's something new. Like it's like a remix.
Yes.
So I loved it. I love it. I just love the whole thing about it.
So look at me, because I was getting ready to say something bad about Turbo. Let me talk about Zeo first.
Okay.
Because Zeo takes the original and improves upon it, which is what you're supposed to do when you're coming out with the next installment. It's supposed to be an improvement on the first.
Right.
So Zeo tells you, hey, these are the same Power Rangers, but now they're stronger than they were before.
Right.
Like they're setting you up for this new power. Okay, these are the Power Rangers that you saw, but this is also a whole new set of Power Rangers.
Right.
So be prepared for that. And that's what makes the song elevate the original. So they go hand in hand. The Turbo theme song doesn't do anything to elevate the next series.
Mm-hmm.
It's just okay. Go. Like, okay. But Zeo, stronger than before. Like, give me that. Give me that.
Yeah, Zeo definitely hits. Zeo hits. Like I said, I personally, I do actually enjoy the Turbo theme song, but Zeo is totally, it hits. Like I said, as soon as it comes, the go Zeo, dun, 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 stronger than before, go Zeo. It just hits. It hits.
Yeah, you can clap to that.
Yes, it hits. It totally hits. I love it.
It does. I like the way that they incorporated the footage into the actual theme song video. because it was quite similar to the original Mighty Morphin, but it gave them a little bit more. It almost made them look a little bit more active than in the original. I know it's, they're turning around and they smile at the camera and all that stuff, but they're outdoors, so that gives you that nature feel. Whereas with the original, it was kind of just like footage of them wherever they were at. But this one, everybody had a similar outdoors theme in their turn around and look at the camera picture. So I really like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I just feel like Zeo, the theme, definitely it made you excited to want to watch the show.
Yeah.
Which is what you want for any theme song for any show. Like the theme song is what gets you excited to watch a show. Like for me, just in television in general, theme songs are everything to me. Like, I know VPN had a couple of shows that didn't have like theme songs, but per se, but I heavily enjoy a television show more when it's a good theme song.
Yes.
Like when you have the shows, like for instance, like with Family Matters, right? I love Family Matters theme song, but then they had when they got older, they just cut the theme song out and just went straight to the titles at the bottom of the screen. I was like, where is the theme song?
Hand me my song, please.
Where everybody turns around, where everybody looks at the camera and smiles as days go by. Where is it? That's like watching Living Single without. That's like watching Living Single without a theme song. Like, no, we cannot. You cannot. We need that. We are living, hey, single. Hey. We need that.
All of that. It goes hand in hand. It helps with the experience of enjoying the actual episode.
Right.
You need it.
Yes, and so that's how I feel
like,
about.
There's some theme songs that you can skip through, but I mean, Martin, you're not gonna skip the theme song.
You're not.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna jam with it.
Yes. Yeah. So that's
is one of them. You're gonna jam with the theme song.
Yes. Oh, I'm about to say, hanging with Mr. Cooper, the Cooper, hanging with my man. Yes.
Yes, please.
So yeah, that's
please.
Yes, that's how I feel about Zeo. Zeo gets me excited to want to watch the episode. Even if the episode is subpar, I'm still like in it because I'm still excited from the theme song.
Yeah. And I mean, Zeo has some subpar episodes.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Some of the episodes are like, y'all could have kept this one, guys. Y'all needed to work on this one a little bit. But the theme song was always a highlight.
Absolutely.
Always a highlight.
Yes. Okay, so thank y'all for indulging us in this bonus clip because we had to get it in. I was like, Shantelle, no, don't worry. I said, don't worry about putting on the same clothes. We're just giving people the real. So if you're watching this versus listening, we definitely have on different clothes, obviously. But I don't care. I was like, we're going to give the people the real because we got to talk about the thing. Like I said, the theme song was a must in this conversation.
Indeed. I'm glad we did this.
Yes. FYI, before we close, I did tell Kevin that we briefly discussed him, and he says he's ready to have a dialogue with you. So he wants all three of us to definitely do an episode together.
Well, we need to, and I'm now I'm excited about it. I was excited before, but now I'm doubly excited about it because I feel like he's going to try to come at me with some different stuff, and so I'm going to have to make sure that I'm prepared with all of my points. The way I had my receipts for Adam and Tanya, don't worry, I got it.
I think so.
I will also be ready.
I think so. Probably before we do the Mighty Morphin, because we'll do Mighty Morphin with probably all three of us. I think we'll just do a special episode of Ranger Ravers. I'm just gonna let you and Kevin do it, and then y'all, it's gonna be Shantelle versus Kevin.
Okay.
And y'all gonna talk. I'll let y'all do Zeo, Turbo, and In Space. I'll let y'all have it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and do some research on In Space. I didn't.
I know you didn't partake in that
No,
one,
thank
but
you.
that's his favorite one. That's
Well,
his favorite.
I'll go look into it though. I'll go look because I did watch a couple episodes when what's the little boy name?
Justin.
I watched that episode where he was on there, and then I looked at the episode where Adam came on there. So I'll go back and watch some episodes of In Space so I could prepare for that too.
Okay, because that's his favorite. So I'll let y'all. I think that'll be a fun episode. Let y'all. That's his favorite. That's his favorite season, In Space.
Oh, he was that. Yeah,
he was the one that he was one of the ones that was like, you have to watch In Space for me. He was telling me. That's why I watched it. He was like, you have to watch In Space. And I was like, okay.
I don't think it's like that, if you like, you want to watch it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to definitely. So we're going to go ahead and set that up. We're going to set this shot. So the next episode, y'all look out, is going to be Shantelle versus Kevin. And that's going to be, I'm already looking forward to it. It's going to be hilarious.
Yes. I'm into it. I'm so ready.
Yes. All right, y'all. Well, that is it for real for this episode of Ranger Ravers. We'll see y'all next time.
Let's go Ranger Ravers.